Well, good afternoon. I'd love to start with a couple of quotes. There's nothing noble to being superior to your fellow man, and true nobility is being superior to your former self. On that note, I just want to mention that I was looking at Hemingway because of some of his wonderful quotes, came across Viktor Frankl and his Man's Search for Meaning. Interestingly, he wrote this book in a concentration camp. He was a neurologist and psychiatrist, a contemporary of Freud, Alder, Jung. He wrote this book not just of his experiences, but how his philosophy, his process called logotherapy, helped him to survive and how it could help other people survive. I find it very interesting because he's considered one of the three Viennese schools of psychotherapy, along with Freud and Alder, psychoanalysis and individual psychology, respectively. They say that logotherapy is based on existential analysis, focusing on Kierkegaard's will to meaning, logotherapy, as opposed to Alder's Nietzschean doctrine of the will to power, or Freud's will to pleasure. And I just want to read the notion, logos, reason. And the basic principles break down to life has meaning under all circumstances, even the most miserable ones. Our main motivation for living is our will to find meaning in life. And finally, we have freedom to find meaning in what we do and what we experience, or at least in the stance we take when faced with a situation of unchangeable suffering. So I would like to say that all three of the Viennese schools are not completely right, but they're also not completely wrong. Because not everyone's desire is a will for meaning. But I argue the will for power tends to replace that, either because they're afraid or they're unwilling or unable to devote themselves to the same search for meaning, become superior to your former self. And same with Freud's will to pleasure. It's like the teaching, right? You don't want to look at aestheticism, nor do you want to look at hedonism, right? The true path lies somewhere in between, right? And then the last quote is from Hemingway: never confuse movement with action. And I add to it, never confuse stillness with insight, and never confuse ritual with practice.